Well, look who we have here. Haven't seen your mug in a while.
It's only been 2 or 3 days. Where's Koana?
How should I put this? Would you freak out if he was right behind you?
You know, this kind of shit is why you get on my nerves.
Couldn't we have done this by phone?
I just came from seeing Reiko Kusamoto. I told her to turn herself in for murdering Kawhi 5 years ago.
You what?
What did she have to say about that?
That she had no sins to atone for.
Of course not. Look, what do you think you're doing? Her part in this is done.
She does
Don't
have sins
drag
to
her back
atone
into
for.
it.
This isn't yours to finish. You would just let Sawa-sensei stay collateral damage. How do you think her folks feel? They probably think you killed their daughter. And they don't know why, or if justice will be served. Do they have to suffer like that? All without even knowing the truth? Would Sawa-sensei want that? You talk about justice, but she keeps getting left out. You aren't even trying when it comes to her.
Say whatever you want, but if you cause Kusamoto-san any more pain, I will never forgive you.
That's exactly why I didn't tell you I was going to meet her.
Listen, Yagami. She hides it well, but she's never gotten over the fact Mitsuru tried to jump to his death. And she's not sure how to feel about killing Kawhi. Unlike me.
If she was anything like you, I would have pushed her harder to confess.
There's no evidence that she killed Kawhi. He simply vanished from Kamurocho, and the police didn't even know about it. Besides, there's no case without a corpse. Point being, she'll never be charged.
She still has sins to atone for. Just because there's no evidence that she did it doesn't mean there's no sins to atone for. What? Right, Kuwana has Kawhi's body hidden somewhere. I remember Yui Mamiya said so. This town is a damn punk infestation. You beat some up twice as many up here. Yeah, man. Crazy. That's the Judgment way. Maybe the Yakuza way, although I have yet to play a true mainline Yakuza game yet, but...
Even if she did turn herself in, the police wouldn't know what to do with her.
Don't think for a second that you're getting a pass here. You've killed, what, 7 people now? Do you even hesitate anymore?
You got proof? Running around making baseless accusations. You sure you were a real fucking lawyer?
My colleagues in Kamurocho are getting ready to appeal Ahara's case. Your actions are going to be put under a microscope.
I wouldn't even call that bad news. I want the world to know their bullies are getting what they're due. And by then, I'll probably be going by a different name, maybe even a different look.
You're just going to keep doing this? Did Sawa-sensei sacrifice mean nothing to you?
Is that the only thing keeping you around? Truth be told, I don't think exposing everything is even in Sawa's best interest.
What?
Sawa-kun herself felt guilty. I just sent you the proof.
What is this? An audio file?
After Ahara-san lost in court, she called me. I recorded our conversation.
Toshiro-kun came running to the roof. His face was pretty swollen. And a few minutes later, a student named Mikoshiba came up looking for him. I'll never forget the fear I saw in Toshiro-kun's face. He told me about everything. The teasing, the beatings, the theft. How nobody was on his side. And yet, I had to deny all this in front of an entire courtroom. They said there was no hope, that I was the only witness with no proof whatsoever. Believe me, I never wanted to do that.
Sawa-kun's testimony in court was false, and she was racked with guilt over it.
And your first thought was to record it? When she was at her most vulnerable?
Yes. And then I played it for Ahara-san. He had the right to know the real reason his son killed himself.
All you did was light the fires of vengeance in Ahara's heart because you didn't want to be alone.
You know, I've heard that bullying is almost instinctive. That's why people who do it never stop. I mean, think about it. Would you stop cleaning a toilet just because it'll get filthy again? Somebody's always got to get his hands dirty.
And that somebody's gonna be you?
If it means I can prevent another Mitsuru Kusamoto, yes, I will keep killing.
You're an idiot.
These bastards who prey on the defenseless must be punished for all to see. I wish the law would do its job. Because deep down, I don't want to do any of this.
I don't believe you.
I understand what you're saying, but you're taking it too far. Just stop.
Yeah, we dealt with this in the first Judgment. Similar theming.
If you really want to stop me,
Like
you're
more
gonna have
killing
to
for the
kill
sake of
me.
a drug, but it wasn't
Call
worth
it
it.
justice.
Yeah, he's lost it.
I thought you guys were gonna start another fight. It was a bitch cleaning up the mess last time.
Next time I go up against him, it won't be just a few scratches.
Let's just kill him and
when
get it
that
over with,
time
please.
comes, take it anywhere but here.
No, we'll take it here. I think I'll call it a day. Should get back to 99. Oh, Yagami was just relaying information back? Okay, that makes more sense. Honestly, I'm just heated. I'm so heated that Reiko actually thinks she has no sins to, like, atone to. Regardless, Reiko Kusamoto is an idiot. Just like, she's like, I got nothing to turn myself in for. Like, what I did wasn't wrong. I have nothing to atone for. Yeah, whatever. Also, Kuwana's motives and like his actions are similar to how the first Judgment was, because in the first Judgment they didn't really try to make you think that what the villains were doing was right at all. They just made you like understand, like, oh, we're killing these people for the sake of for the 89 drug, like, you know, killing people, sure, we're sacrificing them, but it's not worth it. Because is killing all these people worth it for like the sake of this drug? Like killing for the sense of like saving people is just like, it's just killing for the sake of killing or whatever. So they made a big deal about that in Judgment, but the idea was the game didn't try to convince you to like say the villains were right at all. It was like, oh, this is wrong and you have to stop this. It just made you understand where they were coming from, which I appreciated. This is kind of similar, where Kuwana's like, he wants to, it's the same thing, but not really. It's like the same kind of idea. Idiot. Like, he wants to stop bullying, but he'll do anything to get his hands dirty, and like, if it involves killing, so be it. Like, again, we come back to the thing of, like, maybe Kuwana not getting as involved directly as he could have is a big part of it, on, like, why things are happening. But also, it's definitely the fault of the accomplices, too, because of what they did, and, like, the whole point is he wants to make them suffer. But also, Kuwana was a shitty teacher, but I think that's the point the game's trying to make. He might have lost his judgment. I'm starting to see why this game is called Lost Judgment now. I think I can definitely confirm how it's like everyone is, it's like screw all the bad people are like screw the justice system, basically. Either screw the justice system, or like because the justice system didn't help out the kid who committed suicide, Ihara's son. Mikashiba, I think, or Ihara's son. And then also Mitsuru being in a coma, and like how the justice system didn't like... How the justice system didn't like do anything about it, so like these people are like out for blood, basically. If I was that delusional, I wouldn't kill, but cut off the tongue and hands of every guy involved and break their legs. If I killed them, how would they suffer? Exactly. See, if I were Yagami, which this is what Yagami does. Yagami is against, maybe not against killing, But if Yagami can help it, at least in the first Judgment, especially after that, if Yagami can help it, he doesn't kill. Like we saw at the end of the first game, he didn't kill Shintani or Kuroda. He was like, I have to bring them in so they can like atone for their sins and suffer, because death is like an escape. Death is not like a punishment. In a way, death is actually the best case scenario for their options. Like if you had to choose between like death, jail, cutting off body parts, whatever, what have you, death is actually like the best case scenario for that. Realistically, as opposed to, you know, anything else. Because then you're not really suffering, you're not really condoning for your consequences or whatever, like atoning and etc. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Starving.
That's how I'm
Pretty
feeling
tasty.
on it.
Thanks.
If Yagami, I don't think Yagami actually agrees with Reiko, which is good. If Yagami did agree with Reiko, then he's dumb, and his development in the first game was pointless. But I think based on the conversation in the car we had with her, I think Yagami is probably like very well aware, like, yes, you did something wrong. She's the delusional one thinking that she did nothing wrong. Okay, I've been fighting, but I've just been on like a big tangent, so you know it'd be that way. Some crazy stuff happening. We gotta have a chat about it. I gotta chat it out with people and see if like people are feeling the same way. Something I am gonna do when I'm done with this game is I wanna read up on other thoughts and stuff, because that's something I did with the first Judgment. I went back and I was like, well, I loved this story. Like, what did other people think of it? I think a lot of people think that, like, Judgment's story was a masterpiece. Like, I feel like this game would spark up a lot of... Judgment definitely sparked up some interesting conversation, too. Because... You know, you have, like, stuff about, like, about what the villains were doing, but I feel like this game sparks up more of like, I think this game sparks up more of like a debate of like who's in the right, who's in the wrong. It's obvious who's in the right, but I think it more so sparks up a conversation of like how you can picture things being perceived, I guess. It's like a morally gray in a way, not just black and white. How did you... Okay. Yeah, get drunk, Yagami. Drunk and me go. Yeah, that's true. If you're religious. Religious people would think that. I could see religious people thinking that death is worse because of hell. But yeah, definitely in this universe, I don't think anyone is, or maybe some people, but there are very few, if any, like, religious people. But I think, like, at least 90% of the population in this game, from what we're given, would see death as an escape. I'm interested to see the ending of this game because it'll spark up some really good combos, I think. Like, I think this game's story brings about some interesting topics, and there's a lot you can dive into and cut into talking about it. So I can't wait to like see the ending because of that. Yo, Yokai, check this out. We have a dog. Wait, I want to show you something. You can walk the dog.
There you are.
Check this out. Is this game the best or what? You can walk a freaking dog. The dog even has an X action. I don't really know how to use it, but he has one. Alright, that's enough of that. I just wanted to show you that you can walk the dog. The dog can, like, find items for you, though, which is really good. Which I haven't really been using that much, but I just like walking the dog. Like, I love it. I love Rampo. Alright, good job, buddy. Let's rest up.
Hello?
It's Shirosaki. Are you in Yokohama again, Yagami-san?
Yeah. Is this about Ahara's trial?
Yes, regarding the appeal. The prosecution says they want to consult with us. Off the record.
Off the record? What do you mean?
They want to discuss with the judge beforehand whether or not Ahara's murder footage is admissible evidence. The video has gone viral, of course, and nobody's really sure how to handle it.
Is the prosecution really gonna hold the line on it being a deepfake?
That's quite possible. Which is why we're meeting today in the courthouse conference room. I'm sorry for the short notice, but could you join us?
Of course. I'll be there.
Thank you very much. No need to rush. There's still plenty of time. Just be sure you're there, please.
Sure thing, Bae. Listen. I'm just going straight there. Let's be real. After I beat up these guys. I hope Mamiya gets what she deserves. I'll genuinely, like, be... It'll be a complaint if Mamiya and the accomplices, like, don't, like, you know, I hope they get exposed, or they just get what they deserve. We'll see, though. I imagine they will. But I would hate it if they didn't. Yo. Oh my word, that was graphic. That was graphic! Come here, Kusano. Watch this. Yo, abundant oil.
And stay down.
And stay down. To the district courthouse.
So what you're saying is, Yui Mamiya was not a victim of sexual battery, but rather she conspired with Akihiro Ehara to fake a murder alibi. We've already closed the book on that ordeal, yet now the defense wants to write a sequel?
You're funny. What is this now?
To establish the defendant's motive in the harassment, we need to bring the Mikoshiba murder to light. The groping itself was staged. It was all part of their script, right down to the guilty verdict.
It sounds like the defendant has some strong hostility for the court.
Ehara got the court to accept his murder alibi by twisting the legal process to his own ends. It was easy to miss, because at the time, Mikoshiba's body hadn't been found yet. But we have to admit that we all got duped.
We? You're not even a lawyer. You're a detective.
Yagami-sensei still has a license to practice.
Forget what I said if it offended you, prosecutor.
My superiors always told me that in his youth, your Genda-sensei was a difficult man. He'd insist his clients were innocent, persisting even in the face of conviction. He was hostile to the prosecution, and was known to fraternize with Kamurocho Yakuza. But it was his sheer disrespect that made my boss hate him.
Damn. You sure know an awful lot about Genda-sensei.
Because I honestly can't say I like him. He treated me like a child when I was starting out.
I'll tell you this, there's no higher praise for the defense than being called difficult by the prosecution.
Genda-sensei was worried about Saori-san's career, but I guess she fought in the prosecution just as hard back in the day. Saori-san picked up some of that attorney spirit from Genda himself. Or she
Now, if
played
we can
Ace
get
Attorney.
back on track. Can we confirm the defendant himself has agreed to the appeal?
Yes.
But if Ehara really committed the murder, why would he agree to his alibi being scrutinized?
Ahara's objective isn't to get away with murder.
Then what is he after?
Making a mockery of the legal system.
Then it'd be best not to pay him any attention.
And you'd be right. If your priority is saving face in front of the court rather than preserving fairness in the law.
You've got a real attitude.
Sorry I'm a bit late.
So, with this appeal, the defense wants to assert the defendant's innocence by establishing his guilt in a murder.
Wait, before we go on, who is this?
He's from the Metropolitan Police. Considering Ehara was on the force, he has a vested interest here. He's not here to participate, don't worry.
The police can't afford to be embarrassed any further. We need to send the right message to the public.
Can we have your name, please?
The name is Bondo.
And your title?
Think of me as a kind of police coordinator. But don't let me interrupt the proceedings. Forget I'm even here. Please, continue.
So much for this meeting being off the record.
Allow me to restate the prosecution's opinion to the judge. We cannot allow the murder footage to be used as new evidence in Akihiro Ehara's appeal. It's nothing but an online hoax of unknown origin. We can't just casually introduce that into court.
Indeed.
Furthermore, if Ehara bears such hostility towards the court, the footage might end up being a trap.
Trap?
Yes. What if the next viral video proves the original footage was doctored? What if the proceedings have already begun by then? Do we drop the appeal and call it a day? We cannot allow a man like Ehara to swing the court around by its nose at his whims. With that in mind, I believe Ehara's conviction should be upheld and enforced. Would the defense care to comment? Did you think any of this through before filing this appeal?
Yes. We aim to prove the defendant's innocence no matter what your objections may be.
And what about you?
What do I think about Ahura's appeal? How do I answer him? How do I... Well... Ahura's guilty verdict was wrong. Never committed sexual battery. Must atone for Mikashiba's murder.
Ahara's guilty verdict was wrong. We don't think there was enough evidence at the first trial to result in that verdict.
There was fiber from the victim's underwear found on Ehara's hand.
That was a trick. It was set up with cooperation from the victim.
There is no evidence it was a trick. Are you saying Yui Mamiya and Ehara met beforehand? Is there proof of that? Was there perhaps any security footage we didn't see?
No, the station erases the footage from their cameras after a few days if there's no need to keep it.
Right. But if there's even a chance Ehara and Mamiya were a team, the underwear fiber proves nothing. What were the other deciding factors? Security footage? The smartphone videos we kept seeing on TV? Those don't prove the crime either, because there was a huge time gap in them.
What?
We've done enough legwork to know.